Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Re-T podcast. I'm Cosa. Joining me today is Adam.
Hey.
And we have a new person today on the podcast.
Yo.
If you'd like.
Dizzle.
Are we going by Dizzle?
Either or. Yo or Yodizzle. Miss Dizzle's fine.
Miss Dizzle.
No, that sounds weird. Never mind. Cut. No, never mind.
No, we'll probably stick to Diz or Dizzle.
Dizzle sounds good.
Alright.
Well, being new to the podcast, there's of course the little introduction here, just kind of getting an idea of your history with the series. So, starting off, as far as like your experiences with the game series, what'd you think of like starting with the first one, Kingdom Hearts 1?
Ah, man, I love Kingdom Hearts 1. I did have to take a pause on it when I played it at 10 years old because I could not figure out the Tarzan fruit thing, so I quit the game for a year.
Tarzan
Came back.
fruit thing?
Yeah, you gotta hit the big old giant fruit.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that's what you had to do. I thought you had to do something with like the weird flowers everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
It's literally just hit the fruit.
Yeah, no, but I replayed Kingdom Hearts many times. I thought it was so cool, the anime intro with Utada Hikaru, and had to show all my friends. And then when the dark side shows up, I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah.
No, coolest game ever. And then I did have Chain of Memories for Game Boy. It got stolen. I remember making it to Monstro, and then my game got stolen. So then I went on to Kingdom Hearts 2 when it came out. I couldn't afford it at first, so I just had to longingly stare at all the kids at Walmart going like, Mom, that game! And they got it out of the little glass door, and I'm just like, why? I want to play it too!
Right.
Of course, I was one of those that, I didn't really remember Chain of Memories. So, I'm playing Kingdom Hearts 2, I'm like, who the hell is Roxas? Where the frick is Sora? I don't understand what's going on.
So you were actually aware of Chain of Memories, but you were forced to skip it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's, at least you're aware of it.
Yeah, no, me and Cosa, fuck that game. You just skip it completely.
Yeah, I had it. I got pretty far, because now that I've replayed Recom, the original Game Boy version is so much easier, because they add some more boss battles in Recom, and
stuff
and of course I had. Oh, go ahead.
Spells like Gravity were just so powerful in that game because with Gravity it was very small in Chain of Memories, but the Game Boy version just covered the entire screen.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there were just some abilities that were significantly more powerful.
Yeah, and then I eventually got Recom. Back then, I really wasn't into... I was into Kingdom Hearts, but not to the, extreme, perhaps, obsession I have now. Because I remember playing Recom. I got through most of Sora's story, and then I quit. Didn't even know there was a Riku side. I eventually went back and oh my god, I can't believe there was a game I skipped. Then I went really hardcore mode.
And that's easily one of Riku's best developments as well.
Oh yeah.
And
I played Kingdom Hearts 2 before Recom, and Riku was definitely my favorite character with his luscious long locks, so it was nice to see some character growth in combo.
Pretty boy Riku.
Oh yeah. And then he cut his hair in Dream Drop, and I was very disappointed.
No. When he cut his hair in 3D, it's just for Dream Drop, he just got a new appearance. But we're skipping ahead a little bit.
Shame. Oh, that's okay. I'll get over it, but... Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 2, you said that you were like, oh, who the fuck is Roxas?
Loved... I eventually loved that intro sequence with Roxas. I love, as, a middle schooler, the photos are gone, but replacing it, with porn or, other things. Me and my friends, that was the funniest shit. Are we allowed to swear?
Yeah, we can swear. Just not during the first minute, but it's gone the first minute. Fuck it.
But as a person that has made anime music videos since 7th grade when Kingdom Hearts came out, my first videos were of Kingdom Hearts 2, but in a unconventional way, because back then I had no idea how to get footage and put it on a computer and then edit it to music. So what I did, the little nerd I was, I would play the intro over and over and over again, muted, but would put, like, on my stereo different music over it and see which ones fit the best with the intro with different music.
Right.
And so that was my introduction to video making. Eventually I was able to download actual clips and made stuff.
Oh, so hang on, wait, so you had like the TV screen with
Yeah.
the video in front of you, and you actually recorded with a video camera?
Yeah, and then I would have like my stereo in the background with a song of choice, and I literally timed it with a timer. I'm like, okay, this part of this song would fit really good when the stair part starts with Navane, so I'm gonna start like 15 seconds earlier, and I'm gonna start it over. It was nuts. I was an insane child.
So you edited in the most analog way possible.
Yeah, and then I would write down. I'm like, if I ever had the ability. These are all the cutscenes I'd use. I had like 16 different save files because there were cutscenes I liked so much I'd watch them over and over again. Like, I was a little nerd. I love Kingdom Hearts too.
Oh yeah, it's a fantastic one.
Yeah, but everyone has like their moment they hate. Like for me, I don't know if I told in the other episodes, but there is the one moment in Kingdom Hearts 2 which I absolutely despise. It's funny.
Yeah?
It's the death of Goofy.
Oh.
Despise it in what way?
Despise it because of what Mickey says immediately after.
Yeah, they'll pay for this.
That's the best part.
It's the edgiest shit. It's so dumb. Fucking.
I was a goth in middle school, so all those coat things, I was like, oh.
Yeah,
those
yeah.
coats are so cool.
Oh
Goth Mickey, hell yeah.
Oh
yeah, like I said during the last podcast, that game came out at like just the perfect time for me.
With my trip pants. Oh yeah.
I'm assuming the normal coats are not the one with the giant Mickey ears sewn in.
No, I didn't. I don't think those things existed back then, or if they did, it was like Japan only.
It was like some custom someone would make.
With the amount of crap that Nomura's tried to make canon, like the simple fact that, oh, why did Mickey not have a shirt in Kingdom Hearts 1? Oh, well, it got destroyed by Heartless in 0.2. I'm surprised that they haven't. I'm surprised they haven't made like, oh, why does Mickey's black coat have the mouse ears sewn in? Like, were the organization expecting the mouse to join them?
Probably, spiffed it up for him.
Yeah. for the sake of being able to recognize Mickey.
I really want someone to make a mod where, for Mickey's model, they just take the ears off.
Oh my god!
That'd be horrifying.
It'd be so weird.
I feel like that'd be the most cursed thing out there.
They'll pay for this. The coat comes off and it's just bald mouse.
Good lord.
What if they made realistic hair/hoods like Axel's? You put that hood up and you're like, where'd all his hair go? But instead, his hood is just one giant poof with spikes.
Right.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
Get on it, Jack. Let's go.
Right.
I don't think he's that good with the mods yet.
No, we'll get there.
Yeah, probably.
We'll make a list.
Should we move on to the next game? Birth by Sleep?
I think the next game was like...
Oh, was it Days?
It was 358.
Yeah, it was Days, yeah.
Days, sorry.
Yeah, by the time Days came out, I was a huge Roxas fangirl, so I was like, a game
Of course.
with just Roxas? Oh my gosh. And of course, it was on DS, so I saved every single penny of all my birthday money to get a DS just for Days. God, I remember back then I was really disappointed with Xion because I thought it was like a really crappy cop-out where it was like, oh, Everyone forgot about her, though, and this is how we can make this whole story canon. I'm like, I mean, I was a little bit older teenager then. I'm like, come on, really?
I mean, with that, like, Xion was never mentioned in Kingdom Hearts 2, and they made
That's
a
what
game
I'm
that
saying.
goes between 1 and 2, so they had to do something.
Well,
I'm like,
yeah.
And they have worked with memories before, so it's not out of the realm of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
And of course, I
mean,
love 358 now, but I was peeved back then.
Yeah, I get that.
Mm.
And then the ice cream thing really, really
Okay,
threw me out. And I'm like, are you joking?
I'm
But now
defending
I get it.
I'm
Now I
defending
get it.
that
I love that line now. It's all about because ice cream is friends, and without I get it. But back then, I was like, totally didn't. I'm like, excuse me. That's what you say to someone when they're dying. All you care about is ice cream. What are you talking about? You know. I got real miffed about it. But.
So now, when I originally played the game, because obviously it's all sad, and like I when it got to that line, I was already crying. So when he said the line, it didn't register how stupid it was.
Oh yeah, I was crying too, and then I'm like, did you just ruin this whole moment for me, Roxy, by saying that line? I'm like.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much
oh my god, Shion's dying. Oh, it's so sad. What did you just say? Oh my god, it's so sad.
Like that's pretty much where my mind was like hearing that. Like, wait a minute, you just poured her heart and soul out to you, and you just respond with, "Who else will I have ice cream with?"
I don't know. It was some guy down the street. Someone will eat ice cream with you, buddy. I love that line now. I get it.
Yeah.
But at the time, it really shocked me out of my body.
Yeah.
You can share ice cream with Bill down the road. He's the one that sells them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good friend to have for them.
Yeah. Like, make friends with the ice cream guy. That's a point. Why? We never actually saw a guy selling ice cream, even in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Nah, it just kind of exists.
Just like a hole in the wall. Like you put a hand in, oh there's ice cream.
You know?
You think they get it from the bistro now?
Not the bistro, no. The bistro...
Because Scrooge invented it in Hollow Bastion.
That's true. Scrooge does sell it.
Well, he remembered the recipe.
Yeah. But in the bistro in Kingdom Hearts 3, no, they just sell fancy rat food. It's basically the entire thing.
That took me a second. Alright.
I suppose there was already a sea salt establishment at Twilight Town that he wouldn't be able to infringe upon.
Like, couldn't they have like a guy with the small ice cream cart and it just had ice cream, like sea salt ice cream?
I don't think a cart would handle the amount of ice cream being sold.
I guarantee with that flavour, those kids are the only ones actually eating that flavour.
I don't know. In my mind, it was that little lady next to like the mailbox, like the center area.
The one which the Moogle takes over in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
What happened to the old lady? Did the Moogle kill her?
I mean, it was probably old age, honestly, because it's like a year, 2 year time.
No,
I don't know.
Well, she probably got rich and went on vacation.
There's no time difference in Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3. There's not much of a time difference.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I think it's only supposed to be like a couple of months. So that Moogle killed that woman.
That's the only explanation, really.
Right.
Either that or the Moogle killed the cat and blackmailed. Why were you more upset about that?
I wasn't. You're mistaken.
Moogle kills a lady. I sleep. Moogle kills a cat. Real shit.
Right.
Excuse me?
I imagine there's probably something like, as more attractions showed up, rent got too high in that plaza, so she ended up leaving.
Yeah, that's fair. We went a bit off track. Birth by Sleep.
Bus. Yes.
Yeah.
That one. So that one, I definitely could not afford a PSP. However, my boyfriend at the time did. What he'll never let me live...
Birth by Sleep.
What he'll never let me live down, though, is that his PSP was modded. So, in order to play Birth by Sleep, I had to update the system, because it wouldn't allow me to play it without updating, and updating the system ruined all of his mods. Totally worth it though. I got to play Birth by Sleep. It was great.
Yeah, no, totally worth it. I mean, he's an ex-boyfriend, right? So you don't have to.
No, we're married now. He hasn't forgiven me.
I mean, to be fair, that is probably a grudge I'd hold, but worth it.
I mean, to be fair, the only reason he let me borrow his PSP is because was that around the PlayStation 3 era? He'd gotten like a new system, so he didn't really play it anymore anyway. I just thought he was unnecessarily bitter. No, but I totally get it. I eventually did get my own PSP from a friend. The screen was totally broken, so I had to buy like a weird set of cables that allowed me to hook it up to the TV. But that required me to play in 1 foot in front of the television.
Right.
But that's okay. That was worth it.
So, which of the Wave 5 trio, which did you actually enjoy playing as most?
Not gameplay-wise, but I really liked that I played Terra first.
Yeah.
Because it basically revealed everything that he's not a bad guy. If I had started with Aqua or Ventus, I'd be like, oh my god, Terra's bad, he's doing weird shit, what am I supposed like, what's happening to him? But then I played him first, I'm like, oh, he's just a big old goof.
Well,
poor guy.
Something I missed out with Terra, like, I think they explained this in like, something, but you know the moment when Terra actually removes Aurora's heart, and then obviously Aqua and Ventus bring it back. So, in that part, apparently it's not actually Terra removing the heart. Apparently Xehanort is hiding behind a curtain and doing it for him. Making him think that Terra did it.
That's a big fat lie. No way.
No, legitimately, because Terra doesn't actually have the ability to do it.
I thought that Maleficent was controlling him with her spooky magic.
That's what I thought.
Is it?
Yeah,
that's what I
Terra's
thought.
not in that cutscene. You crazy?
Yeah, he gets the whole like hypnosis guys.
I thought it was implied that Xehanort was behind the curtain doing it.
That would be really funny.
I mean, that would be
true.
Hey, I would make him think I saw the heart.
It's all fine, Terra. So you're all part of the test.
No. But and then I chose to do Aqua second because back then I felt like, okay, her story is going to be the most boring, and so I want to save the best Ventus for last because I thought his story would be more interesting.
What with them looking like boxes?
Maybe. Well, with the whole Vanitas stuff too, I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I liked playing as Aqua the best because I like magic. I loved that you could also rename the spells and stuff that they do, so I would name them really inappropriate things, and it was very funny.
Of course you did. Of course you did. And that is why Kingdom Hearts doesn't have an online feature anymore.
But, no, maybe. Anyway, Birth by Sleep is one of my favorite games. The endings on all three of them, and like Castle Oblivion popping up, and then Terra Nord, I was like, oh my god!
That was pretty cool having Castle Oblivion revealed to be.
I like shit my pants, dude.
Yeah, my jaw dropped the second I saw that.
That was so cool. So cool.
That was one of the more out there plot twists that actually was fun. It was good. It's a nice plot twist.
Well, because that happened, my immediate next thought was, wait, I was that close to Ventus in Chain of Memories?
Yeah.
And they explain that all in Days, which is kind of cool that Days comes before Birth by Sleep because they are talking about the Chamber of Waking and Ventus appears, but you don't know who he is yet.
Well, they actually talk about the Chamber of Waking in Final Mix, don't they? Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix.
Well, Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, but that was like Japan exclusive at the time.
Did that come out after Birth by Sleep, or
it came out before?
No, it came out before. It came out the same time as Reaching.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, original Kingdom Hearts 2 came out in 2005, Japan only, and then came out everywhere else in 2006, and then the final mixed version was Japan only 2008. I want to say 8, but I'm not sure on that.
Because Aqua's armor's in there, and that would have been like, what is
Yeah.
that? And they calling her old friend, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
Right, you would have also gotten that whole trailer for Birth by Sleep, and you would have been sitting there like, wait, what is this?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that was a cool trailer.
Yeah.
We'll move on to the next game, Coded. Do we actually want to speak about this one?
All right, hold on. I'm sorry. I gotta defend Coded just like a little tiny bit. Okay. So okay, soundtrack, great, love it, love techno, great. Yeah. And then, so even though I like Coded, I did never finish it, but I thought it was. Even though it was like a rehash Chain of Memories kind of, I thought it was kind of cool, if I recall in my memory, where it was like, okay, you have to replay your memories of Destiny Islands. You can either replay them the way that it actually went, or you can change how it went by doing something completely different. And I thought that was kind of fun.
I mean, you do say, like, oh, it's a rehash sort of thing, like Chain of Memories, but Coded literally does the entirety of Kingdom Hearts 1, kind of, and then the entirety of Chain of Memories, like in the prologue, the bit that you didn't reach apparently, because so they do a literal rehash of a rehash, and it's like, fucking hell,
it's Kingdom Hearts abridged.
Yeah, and like the only plot point that I appreciated, which wasn't like really real anyway, I was like, finally he thanked Denominate. It wasn't the real Sora, and I don't think it was the real Nominee, but at least she got some freaking credit.
Is that the only time he says thank you to Nominee?
Yes.
I don't recall him thanking her in 3.
Yeah, no, he never does. I don't even think he talked. No, he talked to her once, but
in Remind, doesn't he?
Yeah, in Remind.
And then he's missing, and when she wakes up, so.
Yeah. Dream Drop Distance.
That was a very, in the best way possible, homosexual game. Great game.
It created the Gayblade.
The game, which I don't think that has an official name. Everyone just calls it the Gayblade. It's
everyone
great.
calls it the Gayblade. No, it is called something, but everyone calls it the Gayblade.
Oh yeah, no. Everyone who shipped Sora and Riku was going crazy with that game.
You know what? Fuck
I
it.
didn't ship them, and then I was like, "Oh, Riku's kind of gay, guys."
Right. I was like, I sent a love triangle.
No, a dream. I mean, I do have some problems with like the combat and stuff like that, but like overall, all right. I was really confused, and then they said, by the way, time travel, and then my brain, I just had to like sit for an hour, and I'm like, okay,
You're right.
What just happened? Yeah, Dream Drop Distance. And The World Ends With You.
Oh yeah.
So, when I first saw the trailer for Dream Drop Distance, I had no idea who these characters are, but my friend at the time was weaking, screaming because of The World Ends With You. I'm like, I've never heard of it, so I'm like, okay, well, if I want to understand Kingdom Hearts, I better understand this game. So I ordered The World Ends With You. Love that game. Probably would be my favorite game if Kingdom Hearts didn't exist. It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that they're in there. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's Dream Drop Distance.
Yeah, that was a nice game. I will say with the time travel thing, especially when they were starting to like explain how it worked, I was like, wait a minute, wait.
So I just
it took me a while.
I just had a quick look up what it's called. So those special attacks are called reality shifts, and Sora's version is called Mirage Split. No, Riku's version is called Mirage Split, and Sora's version is called Nightmare's End, meaning that the weapon itself doesn't have an official name, so we can officially call it the Gayblade.
And it has a Paupu fruit as a keychain. Come on.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Just shooting ahead just a minute, but when they used the Gayblade in Kingdom Hearts 3 was very cool. It was a very cool scene.
It was pretty cool, yeah.
Also hilarious where it's slow motion Sora jumps down and all of a sudden he's like, thank you.
They do callbacks to all the previous games in 3, right? Don't they? So, like, when in Monstropolis, when they're like, oh, we can actually get rid of fucking Purple Lizard Boy, I can't remember his name.
Randall.
Yeah, Randall. But I know how to can lock him out. And they do the Kingdom Hearts Swan locking the door thing.
Yeah.
And then, don't they also do Kingdom Hearts 2's one unlocking thing in Dreammind?
Oh, you mean that thing that they do when there's like a random item?
Yeah.
The keyhole thing? Yeah. That was a nice callback. I remember that.
I can't remember what he used it for.
Yeah.
Did they use it when there was like a whole bunch of keyholes in the sky and he had to like...
Oh, yeah. The little like last... linking
yes,
all
it was the last one, wasn't it?
I think so. Someone in the comments will yell at us if we're wrong. But...
Right.
Yeah, please correct us. That's fine. What did you think of Kingdom Hearts 3 then, Dizzle?
Well, for one thing, I didn't get to play it for over a year because I needed to save up for PlayStation 4.
Oh.
So I was off the internet for a very long time. I really wish I hadn't religiously watched all the trailers like I did, because I do think it like unnecessarily spoiled a lot of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't surprised by all of the the almost everything, because almost everything was spoiled. So I was like, I had that slight disappointment because it'd been so long, but most of it was spoiled through trailers. Love the game though. I love Kingdom Hearts 3. It's like my dream come true. 10 years waiting, dream come true.
I think Nomura himself said that he messed up with Kingdom Hearts 3, and he did admit that he showed off too much.
He did,
They even have like a final boss trailer where they,
they
put up all the final bosses.
Well,
I remember seeing that trailer going, no, this is too much, stop.
So even with the final...
they had a final battle trailer too.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 4, when we showed off that trailer, they really haven't shown off much. They've shown off one fight, and
I hope they keep it that way.
a couple of cutscenes, which really don't answer much.
Yeah, and I was reading the interview that Nomura did, and he said that because that was made on like one of their older engines, so they literally deleted everything and are starting over. So I'm not sure how much of... Yeah.
Oh.
The trailer they made was made in an older engine, so it like killed my heart when it was like, so all of that's been deleted now. I was like, what?
Right. So it's like, wait.
To be fair,
it was made purposely for the trailer. So
to be fair, though, they did that with Kingdom Hearts 3, and the original Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers, the game looks like ass.
Oh yeah.
It looked like high def, like really creepy high def Kingdom Hearts 2.
Well, yeah, that was before they moved to Unreal. They were still trying to make their own engines.
Yeah.
Oh, we forgot about 2.8.
Oh, yeah, 0.2.
2.8. Yeah.
Have we actually talked about 2? I don't think we have in any of the episodes.
Uh-oh.
I forgot about that one.
We're about to get some opinions on this one.
Well, I was gonna say, I was really worried about Kingdom Hearts 3 because seeing the graphics in 2.8, like the backgrounds were beautiful, but like the character models, I was like, this isn't.
Yeah.
Well,
they ended up having to like update it a little bit, didn't they?
If I'm not mistaken,
I think so.
If I'm not mistaken, the model they used was the remade model for Birth by Sleep. So it was literally the model transferred over and reworked a little bit. Because Akko wasn't supposed to look different.
She wasn't supposed to have cat ears?
No.
right, all the customizable, yeah.
Although, I'm genuinely surprised that Nomura hasn't made that canon. It's like, I'm
surprised that hasn't been a returning feature yet.
Why does Akko have cat ears? The Heartless just randomly put wings and cat ears on her when she's not looking.
Why doesn't Sora have cat ears?
Because he's too
Give
busy
Sora
with the
cat ears.
He's too busy building the gay blade.
He's got to like build up the inner gay energy so he can.
Right.
We've been recording for about half an hour now. Should we talk about something else?
Skip Melody and Memory like that, okay?
Oh, fuck Melody and Memories. It's a rehash of a rehash of a rehash.
But it's a fantastic...
It's fun, yeah, okay, it's fun, but in a game where Kyrie is the main character, you don't play as Kyrie. It's sad.
Okay, that's
I'm
sad.
sorry.
But have you considered Rhythm Game and Kingdom Hearts in the same game?
I'm just saying it's fun. I just
saying
the game is fun.
I was going to say, we also forgot the mobile games.
Yeah.
No. I'm sorry, I talked too much. I didn't make it last this long.
Let's move on to something else.
Okay.
So, you two weren't here for one of the podcast episodes. I think it was episode 1, where myself, Marcus, and Jack, I think it was, we all talked about how Moana would work as a world in Kingdom Hearts 3. We all went over ideas, but we decided, fuck it, that's going to be a feature of this podcast. So, seeing as neither of you have seen Encanto yet, which is amazing, we'll do something a bit older. Pixar Incredibles. Have you both seen Incredibles?
No, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen I think there's a sequel now, but I've only seen the first one.
Yeah,
the sequel's alright.
You don't need to watch the sequel. We'll talk about the first one only. So, sorry, it's bear with me. Obviously, with The Incredibles, it's set in a pseudo 1950s sort of world, which I don't understand actually, because the first game sets the flashback part in the 1950s, and then the main movie is set 15 years in the future. So, like, mid-70s. And then, in Incredibles 2, it becomes painfully 50s again. And it's very confusing, and Incredibles 2 is not good, so we'll just stick to the first movie.
Okay.
In terms of a world, let's say if The Incredibles was being turned into a world, where would you want it to set, and why is it the island?
Why is it the island?
Yeah. Where else are you going to set it? I mean, maybe the sea, but...
I mean, well, I would start it off probably... I would probably start it off in the city just so you could get that intro of, the building burning down. Oh, Super's here.
I would personally skip over that bit. If I was building the world, I would start it at the island, and then
That's fair.
You know how in the Peter Pan world in Kingdom Hearts 1, you don't really do anything at the clock tower. There is a secret boss battle there, but most of the world is on the pirate ship, and then you just go to the clock tower just to do the keyhole thing. I would imagine the Incredibles world being the island, and then the final fight would be in the city fighting the Omnidroid. That's how I would do it.
That could be that could be pretty cool. Probably then, add like a secret fight later on against like the Underminer or something.
And then that leaves the actual island to be a world that like you can actually explore the island properly. But who would be your party members? Because I don't know who would be the party members for that.
Well,
I mean,
I feel like
you could have a whole family, couldn't you?
Right. I mean, you could with how big the parties are now. Though at the point in the story that you would be thinking to set it at, I imagine it would just be Dash and Violet.
Dash and Violet to start with, and then when you rescue Bob and Helen, then they join the team.
Yeah, I think the kids will be more relatable to Sora and friends.
Oh my god. What if when Sora, Donald, and Goofy actually arrive on the island, they all get separated, Donald and Goofy get captured, so it's just Sora, Violet, and Dash. And then you slowly... and then the world would just slowly rescue each part member.
I mean, I could see that. It'd lead to some sort of funny cutscene of, Bob and Helen seeing a sentient, or anthropomorphic dog and duck.
Were you about to say sentient duck?
Yeah, I was about to say sentient. Donald lacks sentience until he ends up.
I do wonder how all their abilities will work. So clear at the part of in the first movie, Violet and Dash are only really discovering their powers properly because they really haven't been able to go out full out until the island. So would it be like Dash is the one that attacks people and then Violet's like a defender sort of thing?
Probably.
I was just thinking of like Kingdom Hearts 2 Riku, where he has like the shield and stuff, but he still did other things. I don't know how a character would be only defending.
Well, there were moments in Kingdom Hearts 3 where just mid-combo, a party member would jump into you and do an attack. You know,
well, yeah, you'd probably have something like that with like Violet's whole like force field rolling ball thing. But,
yeah, I think.
Right.
I think the rule we set for this exercise of like, how would this move work in this game, is we could take ideas from the entire series, but the engine we use must be Kingdom Hearts 3. Because it's the most recent one, and it's the most likely, it's the closest to what we have for an action game. Because let's face it, we're not going to use the engine for Melody and Memory, are we?
No.
But no, I could see Dash and Violet being used for like combo finishes.
Oh yeah.
Plus, oh my god, we'd get to have a level where Violet creates the bubble and we get to hamster ball.
Oh yeah, that'd probably be like the whole Frozen.
The Frozen slider, yeah.
It's sledding segment.
Except that'd be so much funnier. Like just barreling through Heartless.
Right.
Oh, I was thinking more like Mario Kart for some reason. God, Kingdom Hearts Mario Kart? That'd be so
You know, it would probably play similar to the Tron Cycle minigame, because you'd have like the little guys and the
never mind. Maybe I don't want that.
Oh my god. I was thinking maybe like, do you know that hill that you slide down in Rapunzel's world?
Yeah.
Maybe just something like that, but way longer and it's a ball.
Oh, yeah. I can see that.
Maybe that'd be the point where you bump into Donald and Goofy.
Well, yeah,
because that's random ball going 80 miles an hour.
Yeah, because that's the point where Bob and Helen show up, so that's probably where you'd run into them too.
Yeah. Now, I probably wouldn't have the moment where the entire family gets captured, because that seems a bit too grim. But I would have it where each of the party members just sort of does build into each other. And you can then actually do a rescue of Bob and Helen. Maybe they get captured. Because this is the beauty of Kingdom Hearts. You can do what you want as long as you follow the basic story.
I mean, I could see it being okay. All the whole family gets captured, but Sora, Donald, and Goofy are kept in a separate area or something. And then
you couldn't keep
they
them
bust
away
out.
too long.
Because you'd probably have them bust out. They meet up with the rest of the family. They go off, and pretty much the rest of the story happens.
Yeah, true. In terms of bosses, what would we have? So clearly, the final boss would be the Omnidroid, but would we have Syndrome as part of that fight?
I feel like Syndrome would be a fight like right after you meet up with Bob and Helen.
Syndrome would be a good fight on his own. But he is a bit of a dork. Because the only abilities he actually shows are flight and the laser zappy thing.
Yeah.
And that doesn't actually damage anything. They just hold you in place. But I feel like if there was another threat, sort of like how you have Jafar and Iago in Kingdom Hearts 1, or Davy Jones and the Illuminator in Kingdom Hearts 2. Like you have the one main threat, and you have something else that's a bit of a distraction.
I feel like you could also do like those little like soldiers that he has because they're fighting them too. It'd probably be something like that one fight in Mulan's world where you're just fighting a bunch of Heartless while like a timer's ticking down.
Oh, while Riku's attacking you.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, that would be fun. They would have to all be Heartless. You couldn't have like you can't have actual human soldiers. It'd be too dark.
I mean, you could, but they would have to be like knocked out afterwards.
No, I think after because they could have.
Well, actually, you could do people because they did that in Aurora's world in Birth by Sleep.
They just the minions.
Yeah, the little minions.
Well, that's true, but they were more monster-like, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The closest we've had to fighting against humans that weren't the main bad guy were the pirates in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
But even then...
They were dead.
Even then, when they were actually human, you couldn't hurt them. You could only hurt them when they were skeletons.
It's about time they boosted it up to that T rating. Go ahead.
No, I think if they were to have an Incredibles world, they would get rid of all the soldiers. Or at least you wouldn't fight the soldiers. But anything you do fight would be...
probably.
Anything you do fight would be the Heartless.
Right. Sure, he could cook up something that controls him.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, those weird helicopter things that they fly around in?
Yeah.
Like, maybe there's a Heartless version of that is just that machine.
Maybe.
Oh, sure.
Maybe.
Yeah, because I guess you probably couldn't show people blowing up in a Kingdom Hearts game. That's
fair.
Maybe.
So when we did this exercise with Moana, we actually had a mini boss in the middle. So with Kingdom Hearts 3, a lot of the worlds did have a mini boss.
I feel like Syndrome would be that mini boss.
Is there not anything they fight in the movie that...
Well, they fight that, they fight the droid at one point, yeah, but...
Yeah, well...
In, the middle, but that's about it.
handed to him with the droid.
Yeah. About it, really.
They fight societal standard.
Right.
Unless they find a way to turn the goo room into a boss fight. I don't know how else it would work. God. We need to incorporate the goo room.
Why?
Because
there you go.
Those things are black sticky balls.
That's fair.
Stick some white dots on them.
Add some eyes.
Put some yellow dots on them. Harmless.
Yeah.
Boom.
In fact, you know what? I'm going to take out a scene for that, and I'm going to stick yellow dots all over it.
Right. Or you could even have that being like the whole, like how they had in Kingdom Hearts 2, all the things were like, oh, the gate health is going down. It's like, oh, escape the room before your speed goes all the way down. You just keep getting hit with more.
The mini boss doesn't need to be an actual fight. It just needs to be something that breaks up the main conflict.
Right.
It could be a little gimmick fight like that.
I'm trying to think. So
definitely be a little grim at that point in the story, finding out, oh, these heroes are just dead.
Yeah. So, like with if you go back to Kingdom Hearts 3, with the Pirates world, you did have a mini boss in that weird skull eagle thingy, but you didn't fight it in the conventional way. You had to fly up to it, climb across it, and then beat it up on it.
Mm.
Then with the Rapunzel worlds, you had the horse fight mini boss thing, but that just became a normal enemy afterwards. You could treat that as a normal enemy.
I mean, unless they did like a heartless version of that droid.
Which droid?
The little orb bot thing.
Oh, the Omnidroid.
Yeah. I
would love it if they had like mini versions of them. Like little skittery mini Omnidroids.
That'd probably be a normal enemy.
Yeah, just as normal enemies. And maybe there's a big version, like a Giga Shadow type version.
Yeah.
There. I think the final boss would have to be the main Omnidroid 10. With
that whole like fight in the city, yeah.
But with the syndrome thing, syndrome is just an annoyance. But, oh, you know what it could be? The Omnidroid itself, you can't hurt. But if you beat up on syndrome, it breaks the...
A little control thing.
It breaks the control thing. And that's what destroys the Omnidroid.
Nice.
So if anything, instead of the Omnidroid being the boss fight, syndrome then becomes the boss fight, but the Omnidroid is the actual thing that's attacking you.
Hmm.
That would work.
See something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any thoughts? You've been very quiet.
It's been a very long time since I've seen The Incredibles, so I have like flashes of the movie as you talk about them, and then I go, "Oh yeah, that did happen. Oh yeah, that did happen." You said the island. I'm like, island, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that was an island." Yeah, it's all coming back.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do this exercise again when you two have watched Encanto. So I would love to do an Encanto world, but we can't talk about that because you haven't watched it.
Something about a house.
Yeah, magic house.
I just know that they don't talk about Bruno for some reason. That's about it. That's.
Okay, so we talked about Incredibles as a world enough. Let's say it doesn't get a world. Unlikely, but let's say it doesn't. A summon. How would it work as a summon?
I mean, you would definitely have like Mr. Incredible.
I think it'd be cool to have a Violet that like randomly produces a barrier when you get hit. That'd be nice.
What about, as an idea, what if it's the entire family, but like, you know how Genie has this form change thing in Kingdom Hearts 2? Maybe instead of a form change, you just swap out the family member. So if you need like brute strength, it would be Mr. Incredible. If you need to hold down the enemies, it would be Elastigirl. If you need to defend yourself, Violet. And if you need enhanced speed, Dash.
Love that during the Yozora fight. That'd be nice.
Yeah. And then the final attack would be Jack Jack.
Oh yeah.
That's cute. I like that.
Well, unless they just made Jack Jack the summon. I could see that.
Jack Jack being the only summon.
I mean, I can see that just because of all of his abilities.
Well, Incredibles 2, you haven't seen Yodizzle, have you?
Nope.
So, part of the story of Incredibles 2 is the family discovering that Jack Jack does actually have powers.
Right.
And they go wild on his powers. So,
man's got like everything.
Oh yeah. In the first movie, the only things that really show off are transformation stuff. So they have Devil Baby, Metal Baby, Fire Baby. That's pretty much it. They released a short, which was... Do you remember near the end when Elastigirl's on the phone and she's listening up to all the messages? And Kara, the babysitter,
the little Jack Jack
things are going really wild! They made a short based on all those phone calls.
Oh, that's funny.
And in that short, they showed off things like Jack Jack teleporting. They showed him doing the laser eyes. And obviously the Fire Baby. But then in the second movie, they do things like him going into a different dimension and multiplying himself. And with the laser eyes, it's not just like one giant beam. He does like pew-pew lasers. Like a laser gun. In fact, there is actually a moment where they treat Jack Jack like a gun.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Jack Jack, laser eyes, pew pew, and he does the laser eyes every time they say pew pew.
That's cute.
That'd
be a pretty good summon.
That would be a good summon. Maybe
it's
Sora
too powerful.
Sora like goes Jack Jack, pew pew.
Right.
Like you go into first person mode. Suddenly becomes a FPS.
I can see that.
Like he's in the blaster robot.
Yeah. It just becomes an FPS, but instead of an actual gun or a laser thing, it's just a baby.
Yeah, the whole intro animation for the summon would just be Jack warping into that reality.
I really would. But I would like the idea of Jack summoning in all of the Incredibles. Or maybe he's the one that warps each, when you want to actually change which hero you want. Jack's the one that warps them in and out.
Gotcha.
Unless it's random, maybe every time you summon him, it's either comes with other people or he doesn't.
I do like the idea of a random summon.
It may not be utilized much, but
with the randomness, you can afford to make them overpowered.
Mm-hmm.
It just means that, they just do different things.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I would make an Incredibles family summon the most powerful one, but it would have the randomness. That wouldn't be.
I could see that being very frustrating during a final boss where you're like, please summon Violet, please summon Violet.
No. Alright, we're in the middle of the Sephiroth boss fight, please give me Jack. No.
I would also say that in order to have that particular summon, none of the abilities can actually be used for solo targets. They could only be used for groups. Because then it's crowd control stuff then.
Oh, sure.
So away from summons, let's say they couldn't get the summon. What about a cameo? You know how Remy from Ratatouille is the chef in Kingdom Hearts 3, or the Lady and the Tramp fountain, or the Dalmatians collectathon. Is there anything that you could see being a fun cameo?
See, with that, it's funny, I actually thought about that with a friend once. I could see that being more of a collectathon minigame throughout the different worlds. You would have Decker in Traverse Town or something, and you gotta get files on different enemies, and you get certain prizes, kind of like the mailbox. But...
Oh. So Decker's the one that knows everything about it, but you're the one that's going to go and collect all the information on the enemies.
Right.
So,
say if they did that in Kingdom Hearts 4, he'd be in that main city hub world, just in some shop somewhere. Just
then again,
down.
Sora is in that world without Jiminy Cricket, so he could be the new journal guy.
Yeah.
He's not hiding in his hood.
just have a random white guy hiding in Sora's hood.
No, Jiminy.
Hey, Sora. You might want to take note of this guy. What the fuck are you doing in my hood?
Right. I could see that being a thing where you're just Sora doing some normal people stuff, showing up in some coffee shop or something, just Decker sitting there.
Decker would be if they had no other Incredibles representation, having Decker on his own would be really funny.
Yeah.
That's well done to you, Cosa. That is a genuinely good idea. I was thinking maybe there's a statue and they're celebrating the Incredible. No, Decker's the new journal guy.
Yeah. You get little rewards for getting files on enemies. You fight, a little side quest. You fought 50 shadows. Cool. You got a complete file on them, and you get some ingredient for the ultimate weapon or something.
Yeah.
Oh my god, are they the Moogle too?
Oh my god,
I can see that too, actually.
It's a Moogle with Decker's face.
No.
Or would it be Decker dressed up like a Moogle?
Has a little pom-pom.
Or mono,
oh my god,
higher face.
We need to have Decker in a onesie, like a Moogle onesie.
Cute.
I don't know why I'm wearing this. I just appeared here. They gave me this onesie. They told me I had to wear it. Okay.
Don't ask about the onesie. What I need you to do is just...
Oh, I would genuinely love that. Oh, that'd be so good. That'd be so good.
All right, send a letter to Nomura.
Right. Like, look, man, I got an idea.
Gotta listen to me. This one's a good one. Ignore all the other letters.
This is the only letter. Like Decker and Moogle. Who's Decker? I don't know. It's a white guy. Oh
Tell
my
me
god. We are coming to the end of the episode. We are reaching the final hour. So I'm going to start playing the Melody and Memory music outro stuff. Final thoughts.
Curious how you're using a Melody of Memory outro with not like a Melody of Memory. What's going on there?
I never said... the only reason I don't like Melody of Memory is because the story's a bit shit. But you gotta admit, the swing version of Dearly Beloved slaps.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Which is what's currently playing in the edit. It's what's currently playing in the edit.
Alright, you're forgiven. That's all I have to say.
It's such a good song. But, yeah, do we have any final thoughts?
Honestly, might be something I have to try to get in touch with Nomura on. Add Decker to Kingdom Hearts 4.
Oh, we also...
Make a thread on Twitter.
Yeah.
Dizzle, you don't know. We actually name the episodes during the episode. So, we need to come up with a title for the episode.
Oh, crap.
Oh, it's got to be something to do with, like, the incredible Decker Moogle onesie. The incredible Moogle onesie.
That's
dilemma.
a good eye catcher if I ever heard one.
Yeah.
Well, our last title was Hotel Room may contain spoilers.
Yeah.
Which I think, Cosa, you came up with that one, didn't you?
Yeah.
We've got to incorporate Incredibles or Decker or something like that.
I think you already have a winner, even though I don't remember what you said.
Oh, the Decker dilemma, or what?
Dilemma.
You said the Decker, something about Decker's onesie or whatever.
The Incredible Decker onesie.
The Incredible Decker onesie.
That sounds like a winner.
I think that's our title.
Excellent.
All right, Cosa. I know that I took over as a host at the end, but you're the official host. Do you want to read us out?
Well, yeah. Thanks for watching episode 3 of the Re2 podcast. Got any thoughts or about our opinions on the entries or anything that we said? Leave a comment. Love to hear from you.
Yeah. We like more interaction. Leave a like. Leave a dislike. I don't care. Just let us know that you actually watched and engaged with the episode.
Yeah.
Fair.
Alright. I think we're done.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.